Ilya Lichtenstein and Heather Morgan,
Razzlekhan, the Versace better win.
the crypto couple who were arrested for laundering what was at the time $4.5 billion in stolen Bitcoin,
I'm a motherfucking bad bitch.
have finally reached plea agreements with federal prosecutors. The day of their arrest in February 2022, the unfiltered social media presence of Morgan in particular, who was an amateur rapper going by the name Razzlekhan,
What's up, Razzlekhan here?
prompted ridicule, disbelief, and mockery.
Bitch, you suck like a vacuum cleaner.
Lichtenstein and Morgan are slated to make an appearance for arraignments and hearings on August 3rd with the prosecuting authorities.
Today, the court docket was just updated to show that the couple are facing a new charging document and a plea hearing is now set on the calendar. That indicates the possibility that they could now plead guilty in the case.
The couple will plead guilty to 3 charges, 2 counts of money laundering and 1 count of conspiracy to defraud the United States. Sentencing will take place 60 to 90 days after the hearing. According to a source familiar with the matter, both defendants have cooperated with authorities. The couple have given the government new wallet addresses holding more stolen funds and other information that has allowed the government to recover additional assets. Such behavior could reduce time in custody, which otherwise would likely be substantial, as federal sentencing guidelines take into account the amount of money involved. Netflix, Forbes, Hulu, and even Unchained all announced projects on the couple. Morgan and Lichtenstein were arrested in New York, accused of laundering billions of dollars in Bitcoin from the 2016 Bitfinex hack.
We're back with a wild story involving allegations of multi-billion-dollar theft, cryptocurrency, and a years-long FBI search.
In the past couple of minutes, the arrest of 2 individuals in Manhattan this morning and the seizure of a massive $3.6 billion worth of cryptocurrency.
119,754 Bitcoins total had been stolen. At the time of the theft, that was worth around $72 million, but the value has since skyrocketed to what is now over $3 billion.
The first movements of funds were in January 2017, and some of that went to a darknet marketplace called Alphabay. So Alphabay at its peak was the largest darknet marketplace in existence, selling everything from narcotics to hacking tools to fake IDs.
After the arrest, the Department of Justice confirmed that more than 94,000 Bitcoins had been recovered.
This is the largest seizure of cryptocurrency ever by U.S. law enforcement.
You don't even know me. Started a company at 23. Got no clue what I'm about. Could gut you like a trout. Don't know what my business does. Get lost. You ain't my cuz. Make me come or make me cash. You can't even make me laugh.
The so-called Bonnie and Clyde of crypto had possession of the private keys required to access the wallet containing those stolen funds.
Bad bitch, motherfucking bad bitch.
All roads led, in one way or another, back to Lichtenstein, Morgan, or one of their businesses. The government was even able to track the stolen funds down to the purchase of a $500 Walmart gift card, which was used to buy items under Morgan's name, with her email address, and delivered to her and Lichtenstein's apartment. Investigators also pursued the laundered Bitcoins to purchases of Uber rides, Hotels.com purchases, a PlayStation, and 70 1-ounce gold coins. Eventually, law enforcement obtained a copy of the contents of one of Lichtenstein's cloud storage accounts. It contained a file that logged all the addresses and private keys for the wallet that had directly received the stolen Bitcoin from Bitfinex. The cloud storage account also had the login information and the status of the accounts through which the Bitcoins had attempted to be laundered, a folder named Personas, which held documents and biographical information for various individuals, and a file titled Passport Ideas, notated with different darknet vendors selling passports or other forms of identification. Also, Morgan and Lichtenstein traveled to Ukraine in August 2019, during which time Lichtenstein created and/or modified the Personas folder, along with the fake ID information, as well as a document titled Vendors that listed darknet sellers. Investigators also found under their bed a bag holding multiple cell phones, SIM cards, and other electronics, as well as a bag specifically labeled burner phones. In Lichtenstein's office, they discovered 2 books that had been hollowed out to create compartments, and they seized $40,000 in cash, as well as a large amount of foreign currency. In the 16 months since, Lichtenstein has stayed in jail in Washington, D.C., while Morgan has been released on a $3 million bond to her home in New York. although she moved out of their Wall Street apartment. This past January, she obtained a new job, quote, in the role of growth marketing and business development specialist at an unknown company. Clearly, this story has not come to an end. Stay tuned to Unchained for more on Morgan and Lichtenstein as the rest of the case unfolds.